Hi everyone, my name is Oda and welcome back to my channel. So, coronavirus. I mean, when this thing started, I don't think anyone expected it to get to the point that it is today. It has affected all of our lives, whether that's directly or indirectly. We have been all affected by this. And I think the first thing I'm going to say is for everyone, obviously, to follow the guidelines that the government is giving you and that the NHS, at least here in the UK, we do have the NHS, gives you, because they're there not only to protect yourself but to protect others as well. So I do see a lot of people saying, oh well, I'm young so I'm gonna recover. That's true, but if you get it and you then pass it on to somebody else who is not, I guess, as young or as strong or as healthy as you are, then you're causing harm to somebody else. So I do think that there's a reason for them asking us to follow the guidelines, to be quarantined, to only go out to get essential items. All of that is really relevant. So yeah, I'm not trying to be anybody's mom or anything, but I'm just trying to say, just because I've seen a lot of people, especially young people, saying that I'm healthy and I will recover, but it's not just about you, it's about really everybody else. Do play your part and help society as a whole. So having said that, I have been working from home for over 2 weeks now. I started working from home before the quarantine actually came into effect. So this was about 2.5 weeks ago. And so within the first week for me, it was very frustrating, for sure, 100%. I remember complaining to my boss all the time online saying, you know, this doesn't work for me. I'm not happy about this. And again, mind you, at the time, we hadn't been officially quarantined. It was just my company that had told, I guess, a group of us, or my group or my team, to start working from home. Yeah, so like I said, the first week, it was so difficult for me, and I started to focus more on the bad things, like why it's not great for me to work from home the way I was working, versus how can I take advantage of this. And I think by week 2 I kind of put myself in that mindset. I realized that there was some benefit to working from home. So it was the whole idea. I'm not saying that the coronavirus is bringing benefits in any way, shape or form. I'm just saying what I wanted to do was to try and make lemonade from lemons. So I decided to put together this video specifically because I do understand that some people may be struggling, and I wanted to sort of come up with ways in which, you know, if you're working from home or if you're quarantined, things that you can do that I guess would make the situation not look that bad, number one, and number two, and would help improve you as a whole, you know, so you don't feel as though I'm just sitting in here wasting my life away. I want to go out, I want to do this, I want to do that. So it doesn't feel like a total waste, or it doesn't feel like you're wasting your time. These are all things that I myself have put into practice, and I'm quite frankly not too sad anymore about staying at home all the time, because I am achieving, or I am doing all these things that I'm going to tell you about. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Hi, my name is Odette, and I typically tend to do fashion and lifestyle videos for the working girls. I mean, if you're a guy watching this, please don't click away. These tips might be useful for you as well. It's not just for the working girl, even though typically my channel is focused on that. This is really of use to anybody and everybody who might be interested in trying to, I guess, make the best out of this situation. Yeah, that's what it is. So I came up with a list of 5 things that you can incorporate in your new lifestyle, or your temporary, not new, your temporary, because this is temporary, your temporary lifestyle, to sort of, I guess, improve the experience of being quarantined. The first thing I have on my list is learn something new. I know this is something that everybody is saying, but you can be a bit more specific about what you want to learn. So I'm going to give an example of myself. Some of the skill sets that I require for my job is programming and economic modeling. So those are things that I'm going to start teaching myself. There are so many online courses that you can take for, you know, a lot of things. So this is more, I guess, work specific that I'm talking about, something to help you in your career. So there are different ways you can look at it. One way is maybe developing another stream of income. You can maybe want to go out there and learn something brand new. If you're thinking, if you were ever thinking about switching your jobs, this is a good time to start figuring that out. If you wanted to just, I guess, get the next promotion, again, this is an opportunity to figure out what it is you need to go to your boss and ask him for promotion. Obviously, this might not be a great time for you to go and ask for promotion, not even this year maybe, but it's something that you can start working on. So for the skill sets that I want to learn, it's not only going to look amazing or elevate my CV, but it's also going to put me in a great position to potentially ask for a promotion. Basically, it's going to be very, very relevant for my career progression. So using this opportunity to learn something that is going to help you progress in your career is definitely, I think, worthwhile. If your job is similar to mine, such that whenever you go to work, you don't really have that much time to learn something else, even the things that are going to elevate you in your own job, you may not have the time because you're just so busy doing what you normally do, then this is a fantastic time to pick up one or two of those skill sets. Number two is to kind of catch up on the things that you've been putting off. So this one is outside of the job itself, so it's more about your home. I'm gonna give an example again of me. One thing that I've been planning to do was to do a proper clean up, because I have so many clothes. I still need to go through my clothing items and decide what I'm giving away to charity, what I'm keeping, etc. So organizing your things, this is the best time to do that. If you do have stuff that you need to organize, it could be your kitchen. If you have a bunch of expired spices, every now and again, whenever I move, I always find a bunch of expired like seasoning at the back. So going through some of those stuff, a lot of the junk in your house that you don't need, this is a perfect opportunity to kind of go through all of the stuff. So that's definitely one less thing that you have to worry about, say, in the future, just because you have a bit more time now and you can make time around doing some of those things. So the third thing that you can sort of add to your list, I think it's a positive thing, and this might not be applicable to everybody, but it's definitely applicable to me, is the opportunity to exercise more. And I know you're thinking, how the hell am I going to exercise more if I'm quarantined in? Well, there's such a thing called technology, and we're very grateful for it because it allows us to actually access things that are not immediately available for us at the moment, like in the present, basically. So for example, for me, I have a Jillian Michaels DVD. I think it's a 30-day shred. So before I wasn't using it because obviously I was actually going to the gym and I was going swimming as well, but now that we're quarantined, I use that DVD. I just put it on my what do you call that, my laptop, and I watch it all the time. Well, not all the time, but I watch it. And for me, it is exercising more, because before I used to wake up in the morning and go swimming before I go to work, but that wasn't something I could do every single day. But with this, I find that I wake up at, I think I wake up at 6 o'clock. I just go straight to my living room, pop in the CD or DVD. Actually, I pop in my Jillian Michaels DVD and I work out for half an hour. So I find that I'm even able to do that twice a day. Not that I need to, but the option is there for me. So I feel like this is particularly probably going to be good for parents, maybe, if it's really hard for you to find the time to exercise just because you have to wake up and get the kids ready for school, etc. Now you can probably wake up and just quickly do a half an hour exercise, whether you're using your phone or whatever, before you get the kids ready, because you're not too worried about actually taking them to school, because obviously the kids are staying at home, aren't they? So yeah, so I think this is an opportunity for us to exercise more. And the good thing about that, once you're done, you just go to the shower and you can go now to your workspace and start working. So you know, you do have a bit of leeway because of this. It's not, again, this is not applicable to everybody. If you were the kind of person that used to go to the gym every day anyways, maybe this is not really valid for you. But if you're the kind of person that you struggle to find time to actually exercise because you had to get to work at a certain time, or you had to drop the kids off at school at a certain time, then this is an opportunity to kind of hone that in and actually, you know, make sure you exercise every day or 5 days a week or however much you want to exercise. So the fourth item on my list is cooking. So it's not really learning how to cook, but learning how to cook with less ingredients. So we've seen the horrific thing that people have done, which is the panic buying, and that has again affected all of us. I personally didn't do any panic buying. I actually thought it wasn't going to be a problem. I said to myself, if I woke up early in the morning, I was the first person at the store, I would find everything, but I don't. I went to 2 of my local shops to find eggs, and we couldn't find any eggs. So we've had to kind of figure out how to cook with 3 or less items and come up with meals and that, and honestly it hasn't been that bad. So I've kind of created this challenge where I tell myself that I have to cook with 4 or 3 ingredients or less. So I mean, again, it's not something that everyone might be interested in. Yeah, you may not find this that exciting if you're not into cooking, but I definitely say give it a try. You're going to learn a few meals, you're going to learn how to improve your cooking skills. I think it's something that all of us need to be able to do at the very least. You don't have to be an amazing cook, but you know, it helps every now and again if you do know how to cook for yourself. And so the fourth thing wasn't that much of a big deal. It's kind of, you can call it a bonus point if you want, but The final one, and I think this one is so important for everybody, is this is finally an opportunity for you to figure out your life. I say that because I realize that a lot of us kind of sail through life. Wherever life pushes you, you kind of go. It's very easy to allow life to take you rather than you making, I don't know, intentional decisions in your own life. I'm not saying that we go about and we don't make any decisions. A lot of us do make decisions, but sometimes the decisions are driven by something else. So what do I mean by that? For example, if you've been working a job for so many years and you never really liked it, but you know, it was decent pay as far as you're concerned and you didn't have to worry about anything, you stayed there. But if a redundancy came about, then you would start thinking to yourself, okay, what else can I do? What can I do that I like, and things like that. So what happened is that you've been moved from one job to another, not because you made that decision to get up and go, but because life forced you to make that decision. So I think this time as well is a great time for us to figure out, to think about what do we want in our lives, like to be very intentional about our actions. I know a lot of times we set goals at the beginning of the year. If you set goals at the beginning of the year, then check out where you are right now with those goals. Have you achieved all the things you said you wanted to achieve? Are you halfway there? This is what we're in the first quarter of the year, aren't we? Yeah. So are you like a quarter there to your actual dreams? Don't let life pass you by. I think it's very important to be intentional with your decisions. Think about the job you have, the job you want, the type of life you genuinely want to lead. Also improve on personal skills as well. So for example, one of the things that I struggle with is getting worked up about things that are out of my control. So one of the things I'm going to do during this period is actually learn how to let go of things that are out of my control. You know, live a bit more peaceful life. I also want to take up meditation. That was something I always thought about doing. I've only done meditation once in my life, or twice maybe, but now I'm going to do a bit more meditation to have a inner peace. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all the things that I have for you. I mean, all of this may not be applicable to you. These are the things that I have done this past week and a little bit, and I found that my life is somewhat better. I can already feel improvements in the way I go about things. I don't feel as down as I did the first week when I started the quarantine. I'm saying all this to say that you can genuinely take advantage of this bad situation and you can turn it around for your benefit. So take an opportunity to figure out what it is you're missing in your life, what it is you want to do. Learn that skill that you've always wanted to learn. I talked about work and I talked about cooking. Now you can replace that with pretty much anything. You can replace the cooking with, maybe if you always wanted to learn how to play the piano, this is a great opportunity. Again, remember, these are just guides and you can take any one of this and flip it around to something that genuinely works for you. Oh, and the final thing that I wanted to say is to check up on your friends and family. I think this is very important. I was having a meeting the other day and I remember someone mentioned that they miss the human contact of actually getting up and going to work, you know, so they miss actually speaking to someone in person rather than us just having our meetings all the time via Skype or via Microsoft Teams. So I wanted to say, you know, during a time like this, especially for your friends or family who are single or who live by themselves, it's very important to check up on them. It's very important to check up on them every now and again, just to make sure that they're doing okay. And you never know how someone close to you is genuinely taking it. So I would definitely say use this opportunity and, you know, check up on your friends and family, make sure that they're doing okay, make sure that this is not really affecting them in a way that could eventually lead to depression. So so that's the end of my video. I hope you were able to take something away from this, and once again, please be safe. So yeah, thank you for stopping by. I hope you found this video useful and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.